Jjwan, very very handsome guy. Thank you. 안부자라고 드렸더니.
Especially I have this toy here, this little guy, because this is from our friends in Korea. This is from Jin.
Hello Army. Do you know that until now, Jin's shadow is still around Coldplay? You know, he even took part in Coldplay's concert from last November. The collaborative single Coldplay and BTS My Universe was finally officially released on 2021. Previously, BTS and Coldplay had released the lyric video My Universe on September 24 in 2021. In the My Universe music video, BTS and Coldplay want to invite their fans to imagine a world in the future, carrying a different concept. It's no wonder that after 4 hours of release, this video has been watched 6.2 million times. It's like the title of the song, My Universe. Coldplay and BTS invite fans to travel through outer space. The video, directed by Dave Meyers, carries a galaxy concept and is dominated by purple, which is the iconic color of the BTS group. The futuristic fantasy genre BTS and Coldplay invite you to a future world where music is forbidden to play. BTS, Coldplay, and the Supernova 7 group are brought together through hologram technology. They gathered to oppose the ban on music. The closeness of Coldplay and BTS is of course very touching. Even Seokjin, the oldest member of BTS, is one of Coldplay's big fans. He stated clearly that Coldplay was the band that accompanied him when he was a teenager. Even when Chris gifted his favorite guitar to Jin, the worldwide handsome was very excited and even touched. The South Korean boy band BTS recently gave the most awaited yet calm concert at the 2030 Busan World Expo. The band's member Jin, RM, Suga, J-Hope, V, Jungkook, and Jimin left their fans in awe as they sang and danced to a number of their chartbusters. Apart from their performance, the band also took out some time to interact with their fans, known as ARMY. During the chat, the band's eldest member, Jin, revealed he went to the hospital a lot ahead of the concert and also announced his solo album. The surprising announcement from BTS Jin certainly made ARMY happy and moved. The reason is right after the yet-to-come in Busan concert, Big Hit Music announced that Jin is the first member of BTS to carry out military service. And this solo single is a surprise as well as a temporary farewell song with ARMY. He said that the song he wrote was a special song because he worked on this song with someone he really admired. Of course, this makes ARMY curious as well as guessing who this person is.
또 이제 마지막으로 뭔가 얘기를 꺼내자면 제가 예상하진 않았지만 제이홉 다음으로 두 번째로 이제 또 앨범이 나오게 됐습니다. 사실 뭐 앨범이라고 해서 거창한 건 아니고 그냥 싱글이고요. 제가 굉장히 좋아하던 분과 이렇게 또 뭔가 인연이 또 맞닿게 되어 노래를 하나 내게 되었는데 여러분들 최근에 뭐 여러 가지도 찍고 많이 앞으로도 찍을 것들이 남아 있으니까 여러분 재밌게들 봐주시길 바랍니다. 네, 오늘 공연 너무 즐거웠고 감사합니다. 사랑합니다.
Jin was speculated to work on his solo album as he went on several trips to Los Angeles. The singer was also spotted visiting a recording studio in the US. The BTS member headed to LA on a personal schedule, which made his fans speculate that he is set to make his solo debut.
When I'm with you, there is
The Astronaut is Jin's single, which was released on October 28 in 2022. This song was written directly with Coldplay, which had previously been done. In this interview with MTV, Jin revealed that this song talks about an astronaut who accidentally lands on Earth but decides to stay with his loved ones. Even to support this single solo storyline, Jin created the character Wotu. Wotu, who is nicknamed Army as the second child of Jin BTS after the alpaca RG. Namely, a small white astronaut who is an identical character for the promotional media of the song The Astronaut. Even Jin prepared social media accounts, storylines, content, and Wotu merchandise only for ARMY. In Jin's live broadcast, he said that initially the song The Astronaut contained the first verse in Korean and the second verse in English. But one day, before the MV shooting took place, Chris Martin contacted and said he liked the Korean lyric until finally Jin changed the second verse to Korean. Jin also revealed that he stayed up late to finish the song. Not only practicing in making songs, Chris Martin also took part as a cameo in the music video The Astronaut, which acted as a news anchor. Jin said at first he didn't know it was Chris Martin because his hairstyle was very different and he wore glasses, but his face was very familiar. Finally, the staff said that Chris Martin had sent the video. Another surprising announcement was that Coldplay invited Jin to perform a solo single live for the first time in the stage together, which made Jin happily fly from Korea to Argentina, which took 36 hours. This was also consideration because it was also Jin's last concert before carrying out his military service. During the Coldplay concert in Argentina, Chris Martin revealed that 6 months before the song The Astronaut was released, Jin contacted him and said that if he had to leave the band for 2 years for military service, he needed a song to say goodbye to everyone for a while. Hearing Chris Martin's story, the atmosphere suddenly changed.
About 6 months ago, one of their members called me up and he said, I have to leave the band in December for 2 years and join the army in Korea because that's the rules there. And he said, I need a song that says goodbye to everybody for a little while. It tells them that I love them because like all bands, we need you. It's you that really does everything. It's you that is the magic. And so I said, okay, we'll do a song together, and instead of being worried about it, I feel so excited about it, so grateful for this relationship that we have with BTS.
ARMY appreciates the respect and care that Coldplay has put into the collaboration. Since the release of The Astronaut, Coldplay have shown their love for Jin by taking his special character Wotu to some of their concerts. After the concert was over, Jin gave Coldplay a gift, namely the Astronaut album, which was signed by Jin and also Wotu's little creators, where Jin gave a warning message to Chris to hug Wotu when he sleeps.
안 보자라고 드렸더니
But who could have thought Woto became Coldplay's favorite doll, because Chris was never absent from bringing Woto to perform with Coldplay at their concerts. Coldplay have shown their love for Jin by taking his special character Woto to some of their concerts. In fact, Martin shouted Jin's name while holding a Woto at their concert in Argentina. Coldplay brought Woto back on stage as a special guest at the 2022 Jingle Bell Ball at the O2 Arena in London, England. Also at Coldplay's World Tour concert with Woto by his side, Chris Martin gave a heartwarming greeting to the 7 members of BTS and gave a finger hug.
You know what this means? This means you love BTS. Let's go, Visual. Just like we do too. Here we go. Play this for Jin, and Jungkook, J-Hope, V, RM, Sugar.
Also, when Coldplay performed on Saturday Night Live, you can see Chris Martin wearing a jean jacket with a Woto picture on the side, and Coldplay Johnny doing the same thing. Many ARMY are guessing about Coldplay's pleasure towards Woto. Is it a hint that one day Jin will collaborate again with Coldplay, or is it just a form of support for Jin through Woto? However, these two things both touch ARMY. Even when performing a live performance at Saturday Night Live, the first song Coldplay performed was the English version of The Astronaut. In their first performance of the night, Coldplay performed to Astronaut, their collaboration with BTS Jin. During the performance, the band's lead vocalist Chris Martin was joined by performers dressed in alien masks and colorful helmets, carrying vibrant light-up orbs. As the performance progressed, the Jason Max Ferdinand singers joined the band on stage, adding equally colorful harmonies. Actress Natasha O'Feely offered interpretation of deaf and hard of hearing viewers, and they all wore clothes with Woto on them was a touch of support for Jin from Coldplay. At Coldplay's third concert in 2023, they wore a jeans jacket that had Woto embroidered on the side. Even the astronaut doll was carried and looked after properly by Chris. It's as if Woto was a member of the band Coldplay. Seeing the love Coldplay gave especially to Jin made ARMY even more touched by Coldplay and Jin's friendship. We said he would be very protective of BTS and see how his affection is channeled through Woto.
And I love you.
구독, 좋아요, 알림 설정.
야, so fun. Okay, bye bye.